Borrow only for growth.
A very warm welcome to everyone on this call today. Welcome to all the incredible women, who are joining us today. Yes, whether you are running an online shop or if you are running a small scale business, you are actually in the right place because this webinar is for you. Yeah, so we are here for the Women in Trade webinar. Yeah, just like the topic of the webinar is financial literacy, for women entrepreneurs. Yeah, so this webinar is actually organized, to equip the women in trade, about financial literacy, in terms of record keeping and, how to make informed decisions. Yeah, so I want to especially welcome everyone once again. I want to welcome the CEO of Wuraisgold Charity Foundation. I want to welcome our guest speaker, and I want to welcome all the staff that are present here and every woman who took our time to be with us today. I want to especially welcome you all. This webinar was actually organized by the Wuraisgold Charity Foundation. Yes, so the foundation has been established. It has been committed to empowering vulnerable young adults and even women, by providing access to quality healthcare, education, and just like we are doing right now, providing access to economic empowerment. Yes, so this is why we are here today to empower the women entrepreneurs. You can agree with me that in this part of the world we find ourselves in Nigeria, yeah, the women in trade or the women entrepreneurs, they actually play critical role in our economic development and also in household sustainability. Yes, but however, these women actually face some challenges. Yes, in terms of getting access to the right training or even having some financial literacy, like how to keep record, how to keep financial record, and how to avoid debt trap. Yes, so these are some of the challenges that the women in trade actually face or the women entrepreneurs actually face. And that is why this webinar was organized to be able to equip the women entrepreneurs on how to how to get this knowledge, how to get this financial literacy, in terms of simple record keeping, how to manage their finances, and how to be ready to for loan accessibility and to avoid debt trap. Yes, today we have in our midst someone who truly understands the heartbeat of Nigerian banking and business. Yes, someone who, truly understands financial literacy, yeah, who is really passionate about financial excellence. All right, so I'm honored to introduce to you Mrs. Mary Jibola-Shittu. Yes, she is an associate chartered accountant and she's also an associate of Chartered Institute of Bankers. All right, her bio is on the screen right now, so do well to just follow me while I tell you more about Mrs. Mary before I give the floor to her. Yes, so Mrs. Mary, she is the branch operation manager for the United Bank of Africa, the United Bank for Africa, which we know as the UBA. Yes, so Mrs. Mary, she's not just an expert, all right? She is a leader who is dedicated to financial excellence. Yes, so just like you can see on the screen, yeah, Mrs. Mary, she is a purpose-driven chartered accountant and she's also a chartered banker. Yes, with over 8 years of experience in banking operation, financial reporting and customer service management. Yes, she correct. Yes, Mrs. Mary, she's also passionate about financial literacy, ethical leadership and community impact. Yes, she is committed to empowering individuals and fostering sustainable development. Yes, she also holds a degree in accounting and she is currently pursuing her master's, which reflects her dedication to continuous growth. And also, Mrs. Mary, she is a devoted wife. Yes, she embodies strong value of discipline, balance, and service. Yes, and she is also driven by the vision to inspire positive change and expand access to financial empowerment. All right, Mrs. Mary, over to you, Ma. Thank you very much, Ma. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Lucy. Thank you for that. That introduction was it for only me? All right. Good afternoon, everyone. It's such a privilege to be here. Thank you to Wuraisgold Foundation for inviting me. I do not take it for granted. And then every woman who is in business, or a salary earner, soon to be in a business, or you have side hustles you do by the side. I guess everyone here would learn one or two things that can move our businesses forward. All right. Thank you everyone for having me. Without further ado, I would like to ask a question. How many of us here in business we make sales? So let's say we make sales every day or at the end of the month or weekly before anything, and then we can't clearly say at the end of the month where our money went to. If you're a salary earner here and you do side hustles, I can ask the same question to you. So you make money at the end of the month, but don't know where your money went. Hello, Peculiar. You're coming from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you. Why is the hot weather? It's so hot. It's very hot. All right. So if you are in that space where maybe you make money, but you just cannot account for where your money went to, this seminar is for you. Particularly because many businesses fail, not because they are not profitable or there is no interest in it or anything. They fail because money is not properly managed. And lack of proper management of money is the foundational problem of most people. Financial indiscipline is the foundational problem of most business, salary earners, soon to be business owners, or owners of multiple businesses. And since this seminar is particularly channeled towards business and profit maximization, I would say this. One, what we are learning today teach us how to better manage our money. Okay. Two, how to plan our finances. Three, for those who have mastered planning and all of that, how we can grow our businesses. Or if you don't have a business yet, how you can grow your finances. And then I'll open up the floor for question and answer and all of that. Number one, managing your money. If you do not know how to properly manage your money, your business will manage you. Let me change it. Exactly as the audience here are proper, mostly Nigerians, I can go a little bit rough. If you don't manage your money, somebody else will help you and manage it. They will mismanage it in forms like terrible staffing. You'll be losing money, loopholes here and there. If you don't have accountability, some people will take advantage of your lack of accountability. And so to manage money, there are three core habits you must have. Okay. Number one, separate business money from personal money. Please forgive my facial expression. Since the clientele or the audience in today's, if there's anything you gain, at least you remember my face, you remember what I said. Separate business money from personal money. How can you properly manage your money? Number one, separate business money from personal money. Maybe you're not even a business owner, you're a stay-at-home wife, and the money they give you for housekeeping and all of that, then there's a personal money that is given to you. If you don't properly manage that personal money given to you, you don't have anything called investments. We have full-time housewives that have investments. Separate business money from personal money. Many business owners, they mix money like this. They mix everything together. You don't know which one is which. If I ask here now, you're a business owner, if you can tell me clearly, you collect a price, how much you sold last week, how much you made last week. You, at the top of your head, you can tell me what is your sales figure. You can tell me what was your investment figure. You can tell me how much you took back into the business clearly in black and white. 5 minutes, you get a price. I'm trying to prove a point that most of the foundational problem is mismanagement of money. Okay, since nobody's responding, it means that we have this problem, accountability problem, no issues. Your business is not your pocket. Your business is not your pocket. If you make sales of 500,000, okay, I don't know what my audience is like. So let's say you make sales of 50,000. You take 30,000 for personal use. I don't even have a problem. It might look like it's so much for personal use, but it's better. At least you have a figure for it, or you struggle with restocking. So I would rather say, if you make sales of 50,000, restock with 30,000. Make 10,000 your personal money, and then use the other 10,000 for emergency or salary. Open a separate account for yourself and your business. If you're just starting up, you can use your personal account to run. Use your personal account to run your business, but it's not sustainable. Have a different account for your business. You can pay yourself a salary. You're a stay-at-home wife. You, out of the pocket money given to you, give yourself a salary. So number one, managing money. I said separate business money from personal money. Two, record every transaction. I will try to make it very simple, very layman's understanding how you can record every transaction. It might look very stale, very outdated. There's nothing outdated about recording. If you are still the person that does not really use book and use your phone. You're like me, I like paper and biro. Please use paper and biro. Use your phone notes, use your textbook, WhatsApp, self chats. We have ourselves. I use that to store a lot of files. Please record every transaction. And from people like me that works in the bank, you can tell your account officer, if you're those that have a good relationship with the account officer, tell your account officer to send you a statement every month. Request for it. You will see the level of mismanagement in your finances. Even if you don't have business here, I'm telling you this and try it out. Every 2K, every 3K, it adds up. You'll be shocked. You know the way banking statements come in. You will see total opening balance, total closing balance. Sometimes I look at the opening balance and say, did you see money that passed my account? Is it this money? Oh, wow. And then you now see your closing balance. You'll not be like, oh, wow. And aside, let me even ask, please, and please, if you have an account in a bank, may I know, say your name and the type of the bank you work with. I want to know those who take advantage of the banking system. It's a cheat I want to give out to everybody here today. I want to know. Okay, since I'm always the one starting the floor, I will start. I have 4 banks. 1, First Bank. I have with GT. I have 2 accounts with Access. I have 2 accounts with UBA, obviously. Oh, First Bank. I can see my fellow First Bank farm back bankers here. Please, if you fall into the category of people that put money in the bank and you say you are saving money in the bank, I will say it this way. You can do better. Oh, Auntie has 3 banks. We have a lot of bankers here. First Bank, GT, Sterling. I will say this. If you're a business owner and maybe the profit of your business, you just can't carry it, can't tie it inside one bank, you are losing money. Because every second you put in the bank, every money you put in the bank for every second, bank is making money out of you. The least you can do is take a little bit from the one they are already making. What would that do for you? Number 1, to save you the time value of money and cause you to still have money in real value time. Number 2, to delete the inflation effect of money on the value of money that you have. Don't just keep it in a savings account. Every bank has similar services or products. Go to your bank and ask, please, I'm looking for a target savings account. The interest rates will be better. There might be rules like, okay, you can't withdraw more than 2 or 3 times a month. After all, if you are saving, what are you withdrawing more than 2 or 3 times a month? Target savings. As the bank is using your money to make money, out of the money they make, collect your own share inside. Okay? Then if you're those that investment can go further, do treasury bills. All these things I'm saying are layman investments. Do treasury bills. You can even do fixed deposit. It's still better than keeping your money in that bank for nothing. All right. So let me go back to the managing of money. Record every transaction. Who can remind me the first thing I said? The first one I said in managing our money. Number 3.
Personal money from business money.
Yes, correct. Separate business money from personal money. And that is applicable to everybody, even if you don't have a business. If you're a full-time housewife, separate money. If you're a full-time house husband too, separate personal money from housekeeping money. Okay? Number 3, know your profits. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. You're correct. Know your profits. I asked the question earlier. I don't know those who joined, but those who were here earlier asked. I said you get a prize, although that prize has already gone. Nobody got it. If you can tell me how much you made in clear figures, how much you made last week, how much you reinvested back into your business last week, how much profit you made last week. Many times we're running business, we don't have these figures at the back of our heads. And something you don't know, you really cannot project. All right. Knowing your profits. There's a clear distinction between sales and profits. Like I said, this class is going to be, the seminar is going to be like a very layman. So at the end of the session, you should be able to say, okay, this is what I gained. Sales is not equal to profit. Let's say I'm a baker, I bake cakes. And then I baked a cake for 60,000 naira. The person paid me 60,000 naira. I don't make profit too. I don't make profits. Your expenses must be catered for. from that sales before you can arrive at a profit. And that is why I can boldly tell people many business owners are running at a loss. Forget the Nigerian entity of no lights, bad staffing, you can't pay salaries and all of that. Some people from their sales already, they are already at a loss. Sales is not equal to profits. If your sales cannot fully cater for your expenses, at the very least, you've made a loss. Money in your hand, money in your hand, money they credited to your account is not always your profit. I think I've sounded that alarm very loud and clear. All right, number 3, we said managing our money. The next aspect I will go into will be to plan our finances. Before I go into this aspect, I would like to recap what I said in managing our money. Because I said the major issues of business owners, salary earners, and anybody that deals with finances is financial indiscipline. And how can we curb this? By incorporating 3 major habits. Number 1, separate your money from personal business, record each transaction, and number 3, know your profits. We'll go into planning our finances. So you decided to incorporate a good financial structure, but you're asking, how do I then plan my business? How do I scale it up? A business without a plan is a business that will struggle. You're a salary earner. You're working in that establishment. You don't have a plan. You will struggle. 1, practice something called budgeting. I would have shared a slide, but when I looked at the audience I had, I just said, okay, let me just have an interaction kind of thing. I thought us a brief, basic budgeting plan that we can do. But average budgeting, a very simple way to budget. Number 1, divide your money into restocking, 2, expenses, 3, savings, and 4, personal use. So when you're budgeting, you should have 4 columns. 1 for your restocking, 2 for your expenses, 3 for savings, and 4 for personal use. Okay, some people are saying I share my slides. All right. I think the email addresses are here. I will share with the organizers. You get it at the end of the session. Divide your money into 4 when you want to budget. Easy way to budget. You don't need to go to one finance school to know all these things. These things, they work. Restock, money for restocking. Every money that you have, you divide into 4. Money for restocking, money for expenses, money for savings, and money for personal use. You see the way I separated savings and personal use, they're different things. Before money comes, give it an assignment. Before money lands into your account, give it an assignment. Problem in this life, it does not need to finish. If you like to be in Canada, if you like being in UK, if you like being in Spain, problem in life does not finish. And so if you don't already give it an assignment, it will be mismanaged. It's common sense. You're a business owner. You are estimating, projected this thing, projected all of that. Before that money comes, what do you have in store? What's the plan? What do you intend to use this money that is coming in for? Remember I said your budget should have 4 things: restocking, expenses, savings, personal use. I guess we're all following because we asked. 2, how can you plan your finances? Number 1, budget. 2, emergency fund. You see, I didn't put budgeting, emergency fund inside budget. It's not part of your budget. Emergency funds, you should have it. And it should be catered for from one of your savings or part of your savings. After a period of time, you can start taking some amount of money out of your savings that we put in your budget for emergency. Why do you need emergency funds? In as much as we have the God factor in many things, whatever faith you might believe in, Judaism, Islam, Christianity, whatever it is, you pray to God, but life still happens. All right? You might have slow sales, okay? Unexpected expenses, prices of things can go up, A supplier can decide to fail or decide not to deliver at a certain period of time. Yes. Emergency funds can be both long-term and short-term. Yes. But whoever is asking for emergency funds long-term means that this person's business has already scaled to a level. All right? Save small amounts consistently, and it should be tagged emergency funds. Sometimes it's even your staff that you want to save from the emergency. Imagine your staff walks up to you and says he's asking for 3 or 4 months' salary. This person is a dedicated staff. He has been in your business for a very long time. Imagine coming and say you don't have the money to give because you are going from 1 month to another month, no saving. Imagine you're able to come through for that staff. All things being equal, disclaimer, because human beings can be wonderful. You save that staff during that critical time. You've gotten someone as your ally for a very long time. Save small money consistently. From that, your savings, you set aside for emergency funds. For business owners, especially for slow sales, Slow sales should not beat you down if you know what you're doing right. Despite the economy, slow sales shouldn't beat you down. Number 3, pricing properly. Pricing properly. This is a Wuraisgold Foundation. Our major audience are women, I know, but I know we have husbands and we have family members. But I know women in business, I've seen a lot in my corporate life that are pricing terribly. I would like to say here, it's an NGO that organized this program. But your business is not an NGO. Dear business owner, your short-term goal, long-term goal, lifetime goal should include profit maximization. You can never maximize profit if you do not price properly. There's no magic there. Don't put emotions in business. I have a common rule. You do not hire anybody you cannot fire. Someone is misbehaving, you cannot see. In fact, there's a limit to the way you can sanction the person. What's that person doing in your business? Your elder sister or big auntie or younger mother or elder mothers, I don't know, whatever it is. If you can't fire this person, why are you hiring the person? Now we have family members that have stuck to us thick, and I'm telling you, those kind of people, they will not be the ones to bring your business down. Yes. And then there's some family members that are not supposed to be in your business at all. And there are some friends that are supposed to be there. You know, sometimes family is not by blood, Abby. I'm sure everybody gets the message. Back to pricing. Many women underprice. I will run this quickly. What should your price consist of? It should consist of cost price. Cost price is the amount you want to go and buy the pepper in the market. The amount you want to buy the clothes in the market. It should consist of the raw material. That's your cost price. Number 2, transport. And that might include any form of transportation. If you're type that dispatch, include it. If you're type that you go to the market yourself, you tell people to go to the market, include that. It should be part of the price. Number 3, rent. Even if you have your own building that you're using for your business, maybe it's in your own house, charge for rent. Your business should pay for rent. Your business should pay for rent in that house. And number 4, like I said, profit maximization. Your price must include an element of profit. So price must include 4 things: cost, price, transport, rent, and profit. And now I'm calling out a lot of things, but I hope we're catching it. If you put those 4 things well, you have priced properly. And so I will recap. Planning your finances. What are the things you to do? Number 1, budget. Before your money comes, give it an assignment. Number 2, have an emergency fund. Things happen. Anything can happen. Number 3, price properly. All right. I would end with another aspect for our business owners, for those who already have stable businesses, stable side hustles. Maybe they are still in the corporate world, but they're already earning almost times 2 of what their salary is. And that aspect will be growing our business, growing your business. I would like to say, based off of my experience, I'm meeting a whole lot of people. I have met people. Thank you, Andy. I've met people, business owners who I saw 3-4 years ago. They were picking up already. In fact, they took loans and advances from the bank and all of that, and they were able to get on their feet and all of that. 3-4 years down the line, I was like, if this person continues this way, I will be happy to say I have this person's personal number. You know, those kind of things that someone will get to such a scale that you need to be calling PA. And you'll be like, oh, thank God, I knew this person when this person started. Amen. All right. And then about 4-5 years down the line, I was just like, wow, she was still in that state. Like, she's not doing bad, but she was not doing well either. Growth is not accidental. It's not dramatic. It's not YouTube. It's intentional. If you don't put it down in black and white, you're not going anywhere. Growing your business. And like I said, I know this is basically towards business owners and all, but I know some people who are salary owners who have this at the back of their mind. It's better you have this knowledge before you even go into business. Growth is intentional. I will give 3 things on how to practically grow your business. Number 1, I said earlier, if you're budgeting, you're planning, you're doing anything, I've always said savings, so always said investment, I've always said all of that. Even in growing your business, you must be a type of person that reinvests into that business. If you are not pouring back into the business, you don't expect the business to pour back to you. Instead of spending all that profit, those that we put in our budgets, I say, okay, the sales, this one, that profit, instead of spending it on from personal money and all of that. At some point, remove some, put back into the business. Buy more stock. Sometimes our problem is not even raw materials. Some of you already have enough clothes in your tailoring shop. Sometimes what you need to grow your business is improving the quality. Maybe you are doing Zobo. Instead of you've grown to an extent, you have a lot of customers with all this your bottle of Zobo. Improve it. Change your bottles. Okay, you've improved. You've changed 2 or 3 different logos and all of that. You have passed that scale. Expand. You have here. Why not have there? You have in Lagos. Why not Port Harcourt? You have in Port Harcourt. Why not Abuja? Right now, 3 places. You have friends that have located out of the country. You can do this there. Expand. Reinvest into your business. Number 1. Number 2, build customer trust. Build customer trust. I don't know if I should say this, but let me say it. I've been in settings where customers are the one defending their employers, the people that they are collecting money from their hand. If you build sufficient customer experience, positive customer experience is the cheapest form of advertisement and the longest standing version. Build customer trust. Access Bank is to charge us plenty of charges. So UBA is to remove this one. GT is to you see customers helping you to analyze and not stay from the banking sector. That we also do in other businesses too. Sometimes even when you fall short, thank you. It helps customer retention. Very true. It is the cheapest way. It is the cheapest way of retaining customers. Customer trust. But don't ever be asking, how do you build customer trust? Simple things, TV. Honesty. Don't be a lie business owner. I will bring it today. You not bring it today. I will deliver on Monday because you don't want that business to leave you and you know you cannot deliver on Monday. No. Honesty. 2, consistency. I can boldly say this. Consistency is a very key principle that people don't emphasize. You see friendships that have passed a decade. Go and check. Consistency is there. You see any customer that has stuck with you 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, for business owners who have tried this long, go and check. You have something called consistency. If people are buying from you or requesting for your services out of emotions, the emotions will soon die down. Consistency. 3, good service. Good service. Under promise and over deliver. Under promise and over deliver. No over promise and under deliver. You'll be projecting. You might get it one time, but if that is your culture, you will lose customers that way. If you cannot meet a Monday deadline, and that person really needs on Monday, maybe it's not supposed to be for you. You know, the person might even change his mind and say, okay, I've checked other 2 or 3 or 4 people. They also say they cannot meet Monday. They must still come back to you. At least you said the truth. Good service. Customers return where they are respected. Okay? Customers return where they are respected. Third thing to grow your business. Use simple financial discipline. I've noticed that anything that lasts a long term, it's something that, is simple. It's all those complicated, go and check people that have done professional exams. It's all those complicated jargons. You can never get it. You can't have a long-term effect that way. And what are the simple financial discipline? I've said it earlier. I will add some. Avoid unnecessary debts. Don't be part of those business owners that today you go to bank, want to collect this one. Your family and friends, they are tired of giving you money for your business. Every day you are borrowing. Avoid unnecessary debts. You're a business owner, you're changing back, changing shoe, changing everything. Then when you need money for business again, you run back again. Don't be a burden to people. Even financial institutions, we are tired of people like you. Change. Avoid unnecessary debts. Borrow only for growth. If you have an asset you want to acquire, you have an expansion you want to fund, you have something tangible you want to do, not liability focused, borrow only for growth. And when you borrow, track repayments. Don't leave it for the financial institution to be chasing you or family and friends to be chasing you. You said you will pay this thing in July. July has passed, August has passed, September has passed. You will just follow it deaf and dumb. You can't speak. If you're going to delay, reach out. Oh, so and so. And if you know in the next 2 years you will not pay that money, why collect it? It's part of branding, honesty. Number 4, growing your business. And this is the last thing before we end. Think long term. Think long term. Think long term. They say, as far as your eyes can see, anything that you have not seen, it's very difficult for it to come into your hands. Now, sometimes you might see some things. Sometimes you might imagine some things and it doesn't come out. But it's still better than somebody who has not even anticipated it. Think long term. Where do I want this business to be in 3 months? You've not started your business. Before you even start, in the next 1 year, where do I see this business? What steps do I take that will take me there? Maybe you're not even a business owner, you're a salary earner, you're in an organization. What's your plan in that organization? How long do you want to stay there? How long do you want to stay there? What's your plan? If I stay here 2 years, 3 years, what's the plan? In the next 5 years, where should I have been? You're tracking your goals. Think long term. All right. I would ask a few questions and then we'll wrap it up. I want to know those that have been following. Okay? So I said in growing our business, 4 things. Can anybody mention what I have said? For the 4 things I said in growing our business.
Build customer trust.
Oh, yes. Yes. Very key. Building your customer trust. If you will ever grow, you must build. If they don't like you, there's nothing you can do about it, sir. No matter how good your service is, if they don't like you, they will go to somebody else that has a more substandard service because of customer trust. Any other person? I said use simple financial discipline. Don't overcomplicate your financial life. If you overcomplicate it, it will be difficult for you to. Thank you, Atinuke. Think long term. Yes. It will be difficult for you to continue. When you make your goals so ambiguous, so it's very difficult for you to track. It's very difficult for you to abide by it. The same thing with losing weight. Same thing with anything. Same thing with anything you want to do. Same thing with reading books, writing an exam, whatsoever. The first thing I also said was reinvesting in your business and then thinking long term. Yeah, avoid liability debts. I guess we all gained 1 or 2 things from the lesson. I will end it on this note. Financial discipline. Financial discipline. It is a struggle for so many. It's a struggle for so many. Both business owners, both church goers, both, good service grace. Good service grace. But I would like to end by saying growth will not happen by chance. Okay? It will not happen because you wake up early and spend 5,000 hours in the business, you are struggling, you are sleeping there. It will not happen like that. It will not happen because you sell more goods. Some people are making so many sales, 0 profit. I emphasize that in pricing. Somebody might make 2 or 3 sales and makes more profits than you who had made so much sales because your pricing is not there. Or your staffing is a problem, things like that. It will only happen if you are intentional, thank you, deliberate about growth, intentional about your money. You start tracking every naira. For those who joined us afterwards, I said, take time now. Go and ask for your statement every week. Ask for your statement every month, you're right. Ask for those that can pay for it. Go and ask for your statement. Go and look. Don't look for any other thing. Just go to the opening balance. You say you don't have money, you don't have money. Go and check the opening balance. He will tell you how much you have. Go and check. Just look at that first paragraph in your statement. It will shock you how much money you have. Track every naira. Oh, my business is not moving sales. It's not moving this, not moving this. Anticipate the sales. And put it on a mission before the money gets into your hands. If not, family issues will collect it. Nigerian problems, diaspora problems, it will collect the money from your hands. Put the money on a mission before it gets into your hands. Separate business money from personal money. See, if you take away this one, you have won. Oh. Separate business money from personal money. You're a full-time housewife, you're a working class person, whatever it is. Separate it. Plan before you spend. Decide to grow and not just survive. I'll give an example of a woman I knew that was doing her business, the way she was scaling up. I was like, my God, the way she was scaling. She was into the food business. The way she was scaling up, the way she was scaling up, the way she was scaling up. And so to all the business owners here, from today, I want you to see yourself differently. Or those that want to get into businesses. Yes, Atinuke, don't hire who you cannot fire. Yes. If your mommy will spoil your business, don't put her in your business. Yes, I said so. Put me anywhere. I want to see yourself differently. You're not just traders. You're not just hustling. You're business owners. Profit maximization, no matter how small, even if it's 2 naira profits, should be part of your long-term, short-term, and any-term goal. Business owners take control of their money. As you leave here today, I want you to take one simple action. Start recording. No matter how small, record it. Paper, phone, record every money you receive. If you've scaled up so much, have someone that records. One time in a month, take your statement and say, what happened here? What happened here? Take accountability. Not tomorrow, not next week. Start today. Thank you very much, everybody. It was such a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Wuraisgold Foundation, for having me. I think we can ask questions now, if there's any. And thank you again. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you very much, Mrs. Mary, for that amazing section. Thank you so much. What stood out for me was pricing properly, not adding emotion to, our businesses. Thank you very much, Ma. Okay, I'm seeing good service. Yes, growth is intentional. Yes, that's nice one. Be intentional and deliberate about your growth. Oh my God, yeah, no emotion in pricing. Have emergency fund. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm really excited. Thank you so much, Mrs. Mary. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm saying something. Okay, just a suggestion, not to start emergency fund if you're still owing debt. Try to clear out your debt before starting emergency fund. Okay, that's a nice one. Thank you so much, everyone, once again. Thank you so much, Mrs. Mary, for this amazing section. I was talking today about consistency, about pricing properly. I would like to invite the CEO of Wuraisgold Charity Foundation to give us a closing remarks, as we wrap up the section. Thank you very much, Ma.
So someone asked, the first question is, can emergency funds be both long-term and short-term? Can emergency funds be both long-term and short-term? So after that, I'll
Yes,
take the remaining questions.
yes,
So over to you,
yes.
ma'am.
Yes, I think during the session, someone even mentioned it. Yes, it can be short term or long term. Now, emergency funds, we shouldn't look at so big scale. It's more of the habit rather than the value. It's the habit you're trying to create rather than the value. When you say short term in the sense that, okay, in the immediate future, what do I envisage that might go wrong? I think for immediate small scale business owners, it will be slow sales. People don't know you yet. People might not order today, they might not order tomorrow. That's what you should put emergency funds for. If you already have one or two staff, put emergency funds to pay their salary should there be no sales. Then for long term, emergency funds for long term, you already have structure, you already have financial assets, you already have all of that. Things can go wrong. You make the wrong investment. You wanted to expand it to a different locality. It didn't suit your business. Emergency funds, long term, those things will cater for such. When you want to expand, you should have sufficient shock absorber in your emergency funds. Should that expansion crash, you are relocating out of Nigeria. You had a very good business here in Nigeria, you're relocating. You don't expect that as you get there, to just turn 5 seconds, that's changed. No, it's not that way. Have enough long term for expansion, all of that. It will all dictate the kind of emergency funds you have. But no matter what you do, short or long or middle term, have an emergency fund. That's what I would say.
Thank you very much, Madam Mary. Then another person also asked that in terms of business loan or investment, is there a level of financial risk, a financial risk and first-year business owners versus long-term business owner should consider? Or is this all based on personal emotions and preferences?
Okay, in everything, emotions, human beings, that's how we are. There's always going to be emotions in it. Take, for instance, no matter where I am financially, I've always been a low interest, low risk kind of investor, so to say. So there is a normal phenomenon for those who are in finance and otherwise and business. You know that the lower the risk, the lower the returns. The higher the risk, the higher the returns. And it's not to say that any investment will go bad, but I stick with low interest. Maybe later I might change over, for now, low interest. And so I invest in things that I know that surely my money would not go bad. The worst that will happen, the money on top might not be so much, but at least my money stays the same. I do investment in treasury bills until Nigeria close up, before treasury bills can fall. I do things that I know I have control over. But so many people do investments that the returns is so high and they make a lot of money that I will make it in 4 or 5 years. Congratulations to them. I not follow them in that ministry. So someone's personal preference will still show in the person's business. But I will say this to answer that question. Yes, for someone who is starting, just starting, I think you should take risk as much as you can. What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? The business will not work. I'm not coming to. I'm not a prophet. What's the worst that will happen? The business will not work. But when you've gotten to a level, you have some level of customer branding, some level of expertise, you've expanded, you've scaled up, and all of that. You need to be careful of taking risks. You must take calculated risks. You don't want to lose everything you've worked hard for. You don't want to lose your platform. You don't want to lose your customer base. You don't want to lose all of that. You have so many people to think about now. When you're a small business owner, it's you, your pocket, and your bank, or you, your 5 customers, and your bank, or you and your warehouse. Imagine you have multiple warehouses. So yes, risk needs to be taken into consideration more in long term than short term. If you can take the risk short term, please go ahead. The falling and the crying will not be that much, but we will not cry in Jesus' name.
Amen, 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 amen. Thank you very much, Mrs. Mary. I think those are all the questions I could see here on my chat box. I don't know if any other person have anything to say, but then in the absence of none, I would like to sincerely appreciate you, Mrs. Mary, for your support and for your presence. I personally have learned so much. I've learned so much, and some of the things that actually stood out for me from today's session is especially when you spoke about separating sales from profits. You laid a lot of emphasis on the importance of separating sales from profits because so many times a lot of persons try to mix that up. And then you also started in the beginning of your statement whereby you mentioned that if you don't manage your money, if you don't manage your money well, someone else will mismanage it. And you said if you don't run your business well, the business will run you. That is also one of the take home for me. And you mentioned the importance of budgets, a budget, emergency funds, and also how we need to reinvest in our businesses. And we should only borrow for growth and not liability. And you also advise that we need to avoid liability debts. And you made mention that we need to be intentional and deliberate about our growth. And we shouldn't hire who we can't fire because that will also tell on the business. And you made mention that we need to separate business money from our personal money because we know that so many times the kind of challenges a lot of women are facing here, even though I know that, yes, we have some men here, we have he for she here, some men are here also for their businesses and for their wives and their children and to support those people in their lives and also for their personal branding. And then there was also something very importantly that you mentioned about trust. You mentioned something that even friendship that have lasted for over 10 years still last, and because it has been built based on trust and all. So you mentioned all of those things which stood out for me. And I would also like to add that Mrs. Mary is someone that I've known in for so long, for so long, for so long, for so long. And to give you an arc on that, we went to school together. And so I can boldly say that we have built our friendship for more than 10 years. So
Thank you,
it's a
Mira.
friendship that's been built on a solid rock. So it can't shake by God's grace, based on the illustration that she made, that if you have built something for over and over, like for 5 years, 4 years, that means that if consistency has been in it and trust has also been built on that, that also helps you in your branding and all. And she also mentioned about the importance of investing in treasury bills, money markets and all. And someone too on the chat box also mentioned something about money markets too as well. These are things that we need to explore personally, so that we just don't put our money in the banks and then they keep removing in charges. Tomorrow you see stamp duty charges. Next tomorrow you are seeing SMS charges, and then your money keeps going down. Because a lot of us, we agree that even if you keep 10,000 naira in your account, by the time you leave it, if it's not in the service account, it will definitely go down. And then before you know, you see that what you
They
have
have
put
to
in the
clear our
account is not
record.
what you're going to be getting. And so Mrs. Mary is someone that also assisted me in that process. So I remember there was time I was calling her, okay, what do you think? Of course, she mentioned that her risk appetite is also very, 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 very low. So which also makes us to, my risk appetite is also very low. I don't believe in saying someone tells you bring 10,000 in the next 2 months, it's a double to 300,000. Just know that there is no positivity in that. So I really want to appreciate you, Mrs. Mary, for taking out time to explain and dissect all of these for even a layman, for making it understandable for a layman, because our audiences here are mixed. We have those who are into small scale, those into large scales, those into medium scale. We also have those that are into trade consulting and also trade and services too as well. So thank you for dissecting all of those things. Thank you for taking our time to explain the importance of prioritizing our financials. And we do not really take this for granted. And I also thank you for honoring friendship, for taking the opportunity to be able to speak to us on all of these things. And thank you everyone who have come to ask questions, even though Mrs. Mary said she had a lot of gifts to give us today for those who would answer a question at the initial, but then nobody answered that. But thank you for your collaboration. And for those who have also been asking if there is a community, our team have been sharing in some links here. We have the Instagram, we have the Facebook, we have the LinkedIn, we have the YouTube, we have the website, and then we have the Women in Trade WhatsApp community. That Women in Trade WhatsApp community is where we share information that is actually very peculiar for trade growth. Those who are interested in entrepreneurial growth, trade growth. About 2 months ago, we had the webinar on the importance of branding, whereby we got someone who was able to speak about how you can position yourself, branding and all. And the next couple of weeks, we'll be having different webinars too in the aspect of trade and all. And however, the Wuraisgold Charity Foundation does not only focus on women, we focus on supporting the youth, young adults, and also children. We do a lot too on education. We have some webinars on education, literacy, health, WASH programs, youth empowerment, women empowerment programs, and all. And we also, because it's also faith-based, we also support in Bible donations and supporting the missionaries too on the field. So there are a whole lot. You can be able to check all our associates, be able to understand what exactly we do and how we've also been able to assist our communities over the years. And really, we want to appreciate you. And if you know that you've not put in your email address, please kindly do so now before we shut down the Zoom call. And we've also put in the email address for us to also send in our emails if you wouldn't want to put them directly on the personal chat box for the Zoom. So thank you again, Mrs. Mary. Thank you so much. And as soon as we get in the slides, we're going to be sharing that to those who have sent in their emails. And we'll let you know about our upcoming events and activities. And on behalf of the board of directors of the Wuraisgold Charity Foundation, we have some of our board members too on the call who were able to join despite their busy schedule. Thank you so much for all you do. Thank you for the support. And the admin members of the Wuraisgold Charity Foundation, the volunteers, the partners, we've come to say thank you for supporting us all through the processes of this program. We say God bless you all, and please do enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for sharing this evening with the Wuraisgold Charity Foundation. And once again, thank you, our dear speaker. God bless you all, and God bless you, Ma, for your time. Thank you so much.